Seeing Foxcatcher, and I'm on my own in cinema. Top.
Okay, so I didn't quite see the film fully on my own. Like a minute into it, two guys that looked like they would have trained at Foxcatcher came in. Oh, I thought I was going to get a cinema to myself. Drats. Anyway, enough of that. Here's my review for Foxcatcher, which is directed by Bennett Miller and stars Channing Tatum, Steve Carell, and Mark Ruffalo. And it's based on the true story involving Mark Schultz, Dave Schultz, and John DuPont. And if you are not aware of the true story, don't worry, I'm not going to spoil what happened because I wasn't aware of what happened in this event. But essentially, it's about like mat wrestling, and it's the relationship between the Schultz brothers and John DuPont. John DuPont, played by Steve Carell. Now, going into the film, I remember hearing about this film like a year ago, maybe a little bit more ago now. And I just remember seeing an image of Steve Carell as John DuPont. I just remember thinking to myself, Steve Carell looks phenomenal in this role. He looks like he's just doing something different. And I was excited to see Channing Tatum do a role like this, because we all know he can be a funny guy. We all know he's great at comedy roles. But he's never really been a strong actor in terms of dramatic roles. I honestly think this film has just great performances, not only by Steve Carell, who gives just a very creepy and just weird performance as John DuPont, but as well as Channing Tatum as Mark Schultz, who did fantastic in this film, as well as another great performance by Mark Ruffalo. Just three great performances of three actors which I'm not humongous fans of. I like them. I think they're all really good actors, but I never think of them as, oh my god, these actors are great. I think two main people focus on Steve Carell of this film because of how much he just inhabited John DuPont. And I do think people kind of shove over the award-worthy performances by Tatum and Ruffalo. I think Ruffalo, especially Ruffalo, deserves a Best Supporting Actor nomination. I think, because at the end of the day, I'm accepting Ben Mendelsohn is not going to get nominated for Starred Up at the Oscars. So in a way, I'm rooting for Mark Ruffalo to win Best Supporting Actor. I think he did amazingly as Dave Schultz. And I honestly think the film wouldn't be as impactful if it wasn't for the great performances, because this film is a slow burn. It's a really slow burn, and that was very apparent from not too far into the film, where Ruffalo and Tatum are sparring, having a little grapple, and there's like just one shot, just like near enough a still shot of them just grappling and sparring with each other for like 3 minutes without near enough any dialogue. And I was like, I admire this, but I can totally see what this film is doing. It is doing the slow burn, like what films like There'll Be Blood do. I think just the look of the film was very effective. It was the cinematography made it just very gloomy, and it lent to just, I don't know, just the kind of uneasiness of the film. And that also leads on to the score, which is a very effective score. And the score and the cinematography and just Steve Carell's performance just make this film very just gloomy and just uneasy and kind of uncomfortable to sit through at some points. I did find this film to be very interesting. I was interested throughout the film, and from what I heard, the film isn't exactly accurate, but it's a dramatized adaptation of a true life event. You're not going to get everything perfect, but for what the film did, I was certainly interested through it. I was certainly intrigued. I wouldn't say invested. I wasn't like attached to anyone. I felt like a fly on the wall, and I felt just interested, not only about John Dupont, but about the Schultz brothers. A lot of complaints I've been hearing about this film is that it's a slow film. And I won't say it's a slow film, I would say it's a slow burn. Those are two very different things. Slow paced means that you feel like it's like 10 times longer than it is or something, and it's not that. A slow burn just leaves you on a shot for a while, and it just, for me personally, it lets you just take in the atmosphere. And within doing so, it makes you take in the uncomfortable nature that Bennett Miller is given towards this film. A few problems I had with the film is that I kind of didn't understand what some characters did. And I'm not just on about John Dupont, what he did in the film. Not spoiling it if you don't know the true story, but not just that, but some things that Tatum did or Ruffalo did. Some character decision, I was like, but why are you doing that? And it wasn't necessarily explained. And the first thought that popped in my mind after I saw the film was like, I think I liked it. I think it was good. And by that I mean, it's a very well acted film. It's a very well shot film. Great soundtrack. Very effective. Very interesting. But it's a film that I will never watch again. And it's a film that I don't really intend on watching again. But I do think the main thing about this film is the acting, and if it wasn't for the great performances by the main three actors, that I think the film would be boring and it would be a slow-paced film. So my overall thoughts on Foxcatcher is that it's a very good film. I'm not sure if I would recommend it. If you're interested in the story, I would say definitely go and see it. If you're interested in see what Steve Carell can do differently except for comedy, check this out because he does do something very different. And I would say the film is a good film, but it's only a one-watch type of film. So guys, thanks for watching my review for Bennett Miller's Foxcatcher. Have you guys seen it? If you did, let me know. Comment below. I would be interested in seeing what you guys thought about Foxcatcher. And links will be down below for Twitter and Facebook for all the Heel Pictures crew, including me, your favourite. And till next time, guys, I shall see you later, and see ya.